you provoke a fight, don't cry when the punches come. If you bomb a sovereign state, don't act surprised when they respond. This ain't a game. This ain't a drill. This is consequence. Israel lit the match. Iran didn't start this fire, but now they're walking through it like warriors, and suddenly the bully got a black eye, and he's crying out to Big Brother America to come hold him. Help us, Washington. We didn't think they'd fight back. Well, guess what? The days of getting hit without hitting back are over. Iran stood up, and that shook the Zionist throne because they never expected resistance, just obedience. Now, let me say this plain. You don't have to like Iran. You don't have to agree with Iran. But if you believe in justice, if you believe in dignity, you better stand with the defenseless. Because right now, Israel ain't fighting for survival. It's fighting to keep domination. And Iran is answering a slap with a fist. They're used to bombing cities and watching the world do nothing. But this time, the world watched Tehran rise. This time, there was an answer. And now the empire's golden child is shaky. Don't come crying now. When Palestinians cry, you look away. When Yemen starves, you fall silent. But when Tel Aviv trembles, you empty your treasury. This isn't about democracy. This is about loyalty to power. This is about who gets to kill and still be called innocent. But something's different. People are waking up. Truth is louder than propaganda now. You don't have to love the fighters, just love the people who can't defend themselves. Because the innocent don't have missiles, they have prayers. And right now, those prayers are louder than ever. To Israel, I say this, you started this, you live with it. To America, don't sell your soul to defend arrogance. The defenseless are not statistics. They are people, they are children, they are homes, they are voices that the bombs try to silence. But they will not be erased.
All right, so this is the new creator computer coming together. As you can see now, I don't know, it's always a bunch of research. By the way, the thermal paste that came with the computer was all dried out. I had to buy new thermal paste to mount this CPU. And this is just the cooler on top of it. Look at that cooler. The CPU is about that big. It's crazy, isn't it? And I tell you what, this is going to be one hell of a computer when I'm done with it. And of course, I've got to strip some old computers. So this is one major project. The laptop, let's get a picture of the laptop real quick. Hold on. All right, as crazy as it sounds, this is a new power supply. I had to actually ship it in from China. Oh my God, it had to go through customs and everything else because the old power supply died. I tell you what, and then of course, these are the Western Digital backup devices that I use to back up. And then of course, I wanted to show you this. This is the MSI Creator Center. Now, one of the things you might want to do with your laptops is, I use best for the battery. And by the way, I had to recalibrate this battery because I've been running, putting videos up just off of the battery because, like I said, the old power supply was dying. And so best for the battery, you can see it's at 60%. And this is the MSI Creator Center. Now, I assume if you have a laptop, what you can do is about every 3 months or so, you should recalibrate your battery. And that will preserve the battery. Because I've had laptops where the batteries have died within a year or two. Just that cybersecurity guy type stuff. Let's get into the video.
我操！这个切口，哦！我靠！哦！这个附录不得我的，他妈的 fuck 我靠！
Watching the world burn, June 22nd, 2025. Let's get into it. Well, I guess Trump has declared war on Iran. Oh my God! Did Congress vote for this? I don't think Congress had a vote on this. Did you? I mean, I missed it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just got. I'm just going to go through my bookmarks real quick. We're just going to talk about some news. I've been wanting to make a video. I got at the beginning of the video. I hope you saw. I got the new power supply for the laptop, and of course, the new computer is coming online. Let's go into bookmarks. Go into today's video. So this is boy. I tell you, Scott Ritter's not holding back. An act of theater. Trump's big mouth has boxed him into a corner. Iran wouldn't play his game, so he had to bomb Iran to save face. He bombed 2 empty facilities that have been previously struck by Israel, and he bounced 6 bombs off an indestructible facility, Firdos, claiming destruction despite the opposite being the case. That's it. A contained strike, a nothing burger. And this is the man whose supporters call the greatest leader in the world. He's a national disgrace. Oh my God, Scott. I tell you what, Scott holds nothing back, does he? Oh my God. Then, of course, this is another post by Scott Ritter. I love my country, but the collective ignorance of the American people empowers so-called public servants who abuse their positions of trust to push politics that further individual agendas at the expense of the nation. They are ostensibly serve. Fact-based logic no longer matters. It's amazing their groupthink, Mr. Ritter. Like watching Pompeo boast about lying, cheating, and stealing, and those who plot to overthrow a democratically elected government. Those buffoons have their ilk chanting USA, USA, even when war chimes are committed. And that was from a quote from Mark Twain, or Mark Twain's account. So let's get into some news here. We'll put this video up. So this is Iran. Iran has issued a blunt warning. Sending aid to Israel means you're part of the conflict. Military aid now a legitimate target. Claims to have destroyed Israel's radar and defense systems. Now, this was before the bombing. So I imagine, I think Iran's going to lash out. I do think we're going to see some dead American soldiers in the Middle East. I'm sorry to say that. I'm not condoning that. I maybe if Scott's right and they just didn't hit anything, Iran may just say, you know what? We don't need to retaliate. But I don't know, man. I think they're going to have to do some sort of response.
رژیم متجاوز صهیونیستی با وجود برخورداری از پیشرفته ترین و پرهزینه ترین سامانه های پدافندی ضد موشکی روز دنیا و پشتیبانی های همه جانبه آمریکا در پی ضربات مؤثر و کوبنده واحدهای موشکی و پهپادی نیروهای مسلح جمهوری اسلامی ایران بخش قابل توجهی از توان راداری و پدافندی خود را از دست داده و با کمبود مهمات و تجهیزات مواجه شده است. هشدار می‌دهیم ارسال هر گونه تجهیزات نظامی یا راداری از طریق کشتی یا هواپیما از سوی هر کشوری برای کمک به رژیم صهیونیستی به منزله مشارکت در تجاوز علیه ایران اسلامی تلقی شده و هدفی مشروع برای نیروهای مسلح.
This is about Medvedev. Two Saturday comments about the possible attempts by the enemy to create and use so-called dirty bomb, which the president mentioned yesterday. That would, of course, and he's, of course, talking about Ukraine, this would, of course, be an extremely dangerous provocation that would have to be met with a proportionate response with what? A clean bomb? A clean bomb? No, a nuclear weapon. We have enough of those. Yeah, Russia has a whole bunch of nuclear weapons, don't they? I can't believe we just keep poking the bear, you know, and we think, they're never going to respond. They're never going to respond. I don't know, man. It just seems like the American people just go on about their oblivious lives. We have enough of those. This is a very mirror response to the head of state spoke about. I will remain silent about the consequences for future life and the environment, but the sick perverts in Kiev, I love the way Medvedev puts this, with their disgusting imagination, should have a good idea about it. Let them take a walk in the Chernobyl exclusion zone and watch the colorful series. And then, of course, it goes on from there. I tell you, well, actually, I'll just read the rest of it. It's not that long. And second, cynical as it may sound, the whole mess between Israel and Iran obviously does not harm our interest. Most Americans don't even know where the dying Ukraine is, and Trump's team, which is not all that eager to spend money on a conflict foreign to them, is now very tense. Here's a different matter. Their own Israel. Well, now, let them deal with their beloved child, as he's calling Israel. Yeah, it is our beloved child. There is only one obvious danger. The Middle Eastern conflict turning global, which, by the way, Trump himself constantly talks about. And here the USA, Israel, and Iran should diligently pray according to the sacred text of all Arabic religions. I won't even mention Europe. There's nothing sacred left here. Their fate is a freak show like the Olympics in Paris, starting degenerative freaks like Macron and Ursula with Stammer. Ursula, I guess he's talking about Ursula von der Leyen. Anyway, I tell you what a brilliant post. He's talking about the demonic leaders in the West. I tell you what, I don't know what the hell Trump's doing. I mean, go back and watch my previous video on him. I mean, he's gone batshit crazy.
Last, Hitler's most horrible pictures and videos from Second World War are innocent compared to the videos and pictures that we receive from Gaza. During Holocaust in Germany, it was not as outside of humanity, outside of consciousness. Netanyahu now surpassed Hitler.
So we got the first video from there. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This was well, I won't read this to you. That'll be a different video. I'm sorry. It was about firestorm over Poltava. Russia wreaks Kamenik's oil heartland. Russia has executed one of its most devastating deep strikes of the war. So, you know, the war in Ukraine hasn't ended. You know, we're all watching Israel right now. You know, I tell you what, Russia's on the move, man. They're coming into Sumy. It looks like they just took over a whole city. Ukraine just backed out. So here's a video by Putin. This is from DD Geopolitics. Change in the world is happening naturally, like the sunrise. Russia and China are forming a new world, but we aren't breaking anything. Our friendship, our relations are not aimed against anyone. We're simply formalizing what is already happening naturally around the world, and it's going to keep happening anyway. Let's watch that video from Putin.
Что-то хорошее. Дело совершенно не в этом. Мы опять возвращаемся к началу нашей дискуссии, когда я сказал о том, что изменение в мире происходит естественным путем, как восход солнца, понимаете? И с этим все связано. Вот вы же что сказали? Вот Россия и Китай формируют новый мир. Мы ничего не ломаем. Понимаете, в этом вся проблема. Мы же никому не создаем сложности. Вот зампремьера Госсовета сказал, наша дружба, наши отношения не направлены против кого бы то ни было. Это правда, это так и есть. Мы просто оформляем то, что в мире происходит естественным путем. Это все равно будет происходить.
All right, so there was that one. All right, so I tell you, we're going to make this brief. I'm just trying to get a couple posts out of the way because it was a huge event. I mean, we just declared war on Iran. We're in another Middle East war. I mean, what the fuck, Trump? I mean, I thought you were going to be the non-war president, the MAGA. Let's make America great again. Now we're going to make Israel great again. I guess that's what it's all about now. His billionaire Iranian donors, they're getting taken care of. And this was, this is brilliant. We'll finish up the video right here because I don't want to get too much into this because it's going to take me a few minutes to upload this. And obviously you can see I'm building a new computer and I finally got the laptop back working again with a new power supply that Man, I tell you what, it took almost, I mean, if you think supply chains are broken, it took me a month to get that power supply in. I've been limping along on the battery charge on that laptop for a while, but, because the old power supply would kind of work sporadically if I jiggled it around. Anyway, America first, more like Israel first. This is Dr. Simon Gaddick. I tell you what, I love this guy. I've been following him for a long, long time. He was one of the first to bring out the COVID nightmare and talk about the fact that the jab was a bad idea and that the virus came from China and we didn't need 6-foot distances. I mean, he was on top of everything. In fact, he actually had to move to Brazil because he got so much pushback from the CIA. I think his life was in danger for a while. So let's read his post because I think this is beautiful. Every AIPAC-funded politician in D.C. is salivating for war, not to protect Americans, but to serve Tel Aviv. I've spoken with right-wing influencers across the U.S. The story is always the same. We can get you into Congress, but first, go to Jerusalem, kiss the wall, prove your loyalty. Only then does AIPAC money flow. Only then do the endorsements come. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's the open secret of American politics. They call it the land of the free. But what kind of democracy lets a foreign lobby dictate who runs, who gets funded, and what wars your country fights? You speak out, the ADL will smear you. You refuse the bribe, AIPAC funds your opponent. You want to stop another war, too bad, the Israeli lobby always wrote your script. America isn't ruled by Americans. It's ruled by a hostile foreign country with nuclear weapons, an unregistered lobby in full control of your media, your Congress, and your wars. Until America breaks free of AIPAC's grip, it will never be free. It's an honor to visit the Western Wall and offer a prayer. And of course, this is Tom Cotton kissing the wall. I don't even know where he got this photo. I mean, you're looking at the photo right now. Oh my God, I tell you, obviously Israel, I think, like I said, I ran a survey and half of the people said that Netanyahu is president of the United States. So, we don't know where that goes. This is a good video. We've got, I'll just finish off here. We're gonna put some videos of what's happening to Israel right now. And you saw the video up front. Boy, I thought that was an outstanding video. Whoever made that, I don't know. He didn't claim credit for it, but anyway, that was a good video. And let's see. And then Hamas released a video. You don't have to watch this. It's almost 6 minutes long, but we'll finish up right here. And then, of course, one last post by Dr. Simon Gaddick, because I thought this was a good history lesson for you. And a lot of Americans, especially the Zionist Christians, that they want the destruction of the world. By the way, isn't the dog cute? I'm glad I got him for a little while. For nearly 2,000 years, Palestine was ruled by Romans, Byzantines, Arabs, Crusaders, Ottomans, and the British. But the dominant population remained local Christian and Muslim Arabs. Many descended from the region's original inhabitants, including Jews who had converted over the centuries. So kind of a history thing. I was like, oh man, I'm going to read this. Then in 1948, and I don't even know this word, Ashkenazi, Ashkenazi Jews, most of whom had never lived there, arrived, seized the land, and claimed the right to expel its native population because their God allegedly promised it to them 3,000 years ago. If that sounds reasonable to you, drop your address. I'll come and violently take your house because my imaginary God or imaginary God told me it's mine. I'm sure you're okay with that, filthy subhuman, or Amalek. And we talked about Amalek in the last video. That just means that anybody that's against Israel. All right, so let's finish off the video right there. Anyway, isn't it good to be at war again? And where's Congress? The Democrats, they obviously want to impeach Trump. Maybe some Republicans are going to get on board now. I mean, when he unilaterally goes to war against the country without a vote of Congress to go to war, according to the U.S. Constitution. I guess the U.S. Constitution is just toilet paper at this point, isn't it? I mean, does it mean anything? Where has Congress voted for a war since the World War II? I don't think so. I mean, good God, look at we've been to Vietnam, Korea, Libya, Bosnia, Afghanistan, Iraq. You name it. We've gone to war with every freaking country in the world, and Congress hasn't voted on a single one. Peace out. Stay free.
I recently visited Hiroshima in Japan and stood at the epicenter of a city that remains scarred by the unimaginable horror caused by a single nuclear bomb dropped in 1945, 80 years ago. It's hard for me to find the words to express what I saw, the stories that I heard, the haunting sadness that still remains. This is an experience that will stay with me forever. This attack obliterated the city, killed over 300,000 people, many dying instantly while others died from severe burns, injuries, radiation sickness, and cancer that set in the following months and years. Nagasaki suffered the same fate. Homes, schools, families, all gone in a flash. The survivors, the hibakusha, they carried the pain of extreme burns, radiation sickness, and loss for decades. Survivors of this attack were asked to put in paintings and drawings their own memories and how they felt and what they saw, and those paintings and the suffering that they conveyed, the pain and the sense of loss were almost more powerful than the photos themselves. Yet this one bomb that caused so much destruction on Hiroshima was tiny compared to today's nuclear bombs. The bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima had a yield of just 15 kilotons of TNT. Whereas today's nuclear warheads range in size from 100 kilotons to over 1 megaton. A single nuclear weapon today could kill millions in just minutes. Just one of these nuclear bombs would vaporize everything at its core: people, buildings, life itself. The shockwave would crush structures miles away, killing and maiming countless people. And then comes the fallout. Radioactive poison spreading through the air, water, and soil, condemning survivors to agonizing deaths or lifelong suffering. A nuclear winter could follow, with smoke and ash completely blocking the sun, plunging the world into darkness and cold, killing crops and starving billions. Acid rain would scar the earth, wiping out entire ecosystems. This isn't some made-up science fiction story. This is the reality of what's at stake, what we are facing now. Because as we stand here today, closer to the brink of nuclear annihilation than ever before, political elite and warmongers are carelessly fomenting fear and tensions between nuclear powers. Perhaps it's because they are confident that they will have access to nuclear shelters for themselves and for their families that regular people won't have access to. So it's up to us, the people, to speak up and demand an end to this madness. We must reject this path to nuclear war and work toward a world where no one has to live in fear of a nuclear holocaust.